Today we are going to make a beef ragu. Not really Italian, but Italian inspired. We're going to use bacon, we're going to use some beef, and then we have celery, we have onion, and we have carrots in here. A little bouquet of herbs, thyme, rosemary, and parsley. There is some garlic in here. So we're going to use some olive oil, some white wine vinegar, some regular oil, and some spices, paprika, cumin, salt and pepper, and tomato to round it up, and some bay leaves. So first we'll warm up the pot, and then we will start with these onion, celery and carrots. So we start with warming up the pot a little bit. Warm, we'll add this here. And then we let this saute for about 10-15 minutes. The bowls are glassy and cooked, so we remove them from the pot and then we proceed with the meat. So we transferred the vegetables to a bowl and set it aside for now. Add a little oil. Increase the heat slightly. And add the bacon. It's a beautiful bacon I found at the local market. You can tell, locally produced and organic and all of that. It's not. So we fry this bacon on a medium heat, so some of the fats will come out. We need that to cook the beef. Take a few little whole black peppercorns. Let it fry alongside. So add a little paprika. Smoked paprika, and a little of the cumin. And we just let it heat up to release some flavor into the pork fat. Now, after the flavors have come out of the spices, we'll add this beef. It's not an expensive cut, just whatever beef you like, really. Chopped into cubes. And we'll give that a little salt. Not too much, because we don't want the salt to destroy the sauce in the end. Then we basically just brown the meat, increase the heat a little bit. So now the meat has taken some color, and we will add the bouquet of herbs picked from the garden mostly. No lye this time. And then we'll add a glass of red wine. And bring it to a boil. So you want it to boil until you no longer really smell the alcohol, so that will evaporate, but the taste will stay in the meat. So that's what we're going for. And that should be about now. And then we will add some of this beef stock. You can make your own, or you can use cubes. We use cubes. So we add that. And then we bring it to a boil. And once it is boiling, we will start to be able to skim any impurities from the meat. After that, we will go to the vegetables, add that to the mix. But for now, we wait for the boiling and we'll skim. Yeah, we'll take these impurities. The sauce tastes a lot better without those, so let's get rid of it. Will keep forming for the next couple of minutes, and once there's no more, we will stop. And then it proceeds. So now the sauce looks reasonable. We will add the vegetables. So the idea is this will cook so long that most of these will completely blend in with the sauce and not really be something you feel when you eat the dish. It will add a lot of flavor to the dish and some vitamins, hopefully. And then we'll want to add a little sugar to it. A pinch. Also add a little bit of this Italien parent sauce, could be Worcester sauce or whatever, and a little bit, just a touch of white wine vinegar. Now we let it boil for approximately 10 minutes, and then we'll bring it down to a simmer, and then we'll let it rest there for 1 hour, 1.5 hours. Also the bay leaves go in at this point. The beef has been cooked for a while, tender, sauce is reduced. We did the last 40 minutes or so with a lid on to contain the fluids and concentrate the taste. So now we add some canned tomatoes. Use whatever brand you want, doesn't really matter as long as they taste fine. By the way, in the early beginning when we were doing the bacon and the spices and the meat, that would be a good time to put in like a tomato puree if you wanted to have a more tomatoey taste. Unfortunately we were out of that, so we omitted that, but should hopefully taste good anyway. So we eat these, we don't eat them, we add them, these cans of tomatoes to the stew. And while we've been drinking some beers and contemplating this, then I was thinking maybe this could be a dish they made on the Italian-austrian border, because it has a little bit of goulash, a little bit of Italian ragu. I don't know. Maybe no one ever made this before. Who knows? But let's hope it tastes good though. So now we will give it a simmer, boil it up a little bit, get the tomato working, and then we'll will simmer it again for another 30 minutes or so, and then hopefully we are about to round it off and be able to eat it. But yeah, see you in 30. Now as the dish is almost finished, we should taste and see if it needs more salt or pepper or whatever. So we'll do it like this. And yeah, I think this is a good time to add a little more spice. Let's give it a little pepperino here. And I think it needs a little salt as well. But better to add this in the end than in the beginning, because now you can control it. If you gave it too much in the beginning, you would not be able to. So now we're about to have this reduced enough, so we will remove the bouquet of herbs, and then we add some double cream to the mix. Boom. Stir it to round out the taste. It's good for the soul, bad for the heart. You know, can't have it all. Turn up the heat slightly because we want to have this cream taste integrate and not like too much. Give it another 5-10 minutes. Once it's boiling, we reduce it a little bit so